Not making moonshine?
No, I'm a farmer.
Farmer?
I grow corn. Right.
Super hot day here in Rockford. We are at Midway Village for the Roaring 20s. So come with us as we see Rockford history. All right, we got our membership, so we're already in here. It's already almost 2 o'clock here. So we got federal raids and labor activists, and the temperance meeting with the Women Against Alcohol, the March for the Temperance, liquor raid, oh, Chaplin the Kid, silent movie, 1920, John Moran. So, got a lot of stuff here going till 7 o'clock. Here's our map, the Roaring 20s. Did you guys know that Rockford, not only Chicago and Milwaukee, had gangsters and mobsters? So let's go check it out. All right, so this was the other side of the flyer. So we should have some old cars, some more information here about Prohibition and what happened during Prohibition. All right, so I got the 3 kids in tow, so it's a little hard to film, but I will try to do my best here to show you guys the Roaring 20s at Midway Village. So we've been here for the Halloween and the World War II, and now we get to see it in the 1920s. So
I remember I came here twice.
You remember?
Yeah, I remember I came here.
All right.
I remember I came here
All right, let's go check this stuff out, guys. All right, so we're gonna go into our first building here. So, pharmacy and drugs. All right, looks like the labor movement. It's a beautiful, warm day.
Shot, but we don't miss on the second round. Have a good day.
Uh-oh.
How you doing?
Doing all right.
You guys are revenuers, are you?
No.
No?
Ow!
Oh, oh.
We don't need any problems over here. Thank you.
Yeah.
We don't need any more.
Pick your feet. Come on in. Hey, pick your feet up. Welcome. Thank you.
We are definitely not moonshine.
Not making moonshine?
No, I'm a farmer.
Farmer?
I grow corn. I'm serious. I make more money selling my corn for this than I do selling it for corn.
Yeah.
Let me tell you a little bit about what we do. So we take his corn and we put his corn in this bucket along with some yeast. There's some natural yeast in the life. We grind it up. We put it in here to keep it warm. It doesn't have to be super warm, but warm enough. In the winter, it takes a little more heat. In the summer, it doesn't take much at all, just root down. And this turns into a very weak, what we call beer, right? It has 2% alcohol. It's not much. We take this 2, 3, 4% alcohol. We take it after some time. We put it in the still. And in the still, we heat it to 174 degrees. Not 173, not 175. If we get it right, what will happen is there will be some steam. And the steam rises up through this column. And the column are marbles, ordinary kids' marbles. And they collect all that steam. And eventually, that steam comes down this tube into this coil. You see its coil? And there's cold water in here. And that causes condensation. And that creates liquid from steam. It comes out of the tip of this tube and it drips into that jug. And we create something called white lightning. Nothing fancy, very simple. It's clear. It doesn't have anything to it. It doesn't have any flavor. It just.
If we don't want to poison ourselves or
Smell
our neighbors.
Right. Smells like alcohol. Right?
Rubbing alcohol.
Right. Right? You can drink this.
Okay.
If I'm a responsible moonshiner, you can drink this. If I'm not, the first stuff that comes out is nasty. It's poison. It'll make you go blind. We take that, we throw it away.
We
Then
can
there's some.
burn it in my tractor.
Right. His tractor runs on alcohol. It's great.
I mix it in the gas.
Right? So it's good for that, but it's not good for much else. It'll make you go blind. It'll kill you. Then there's the next layer, which is called the heads. You don't want that. It tastes nasty. It's got ethanol, but it's also got other stuff. Stuff like formaldehyde and other nasty volatile chemicals. We take that, we run it through the still the second time. Gets rid of some of that stuff. It's good. But the heart, the body of the alcohol that's produced is simply moonshine. That's what you smell, right? It smells strong. It'll get you drunk. Life is good. The very bottom, kind of nasty as well. We also run that through the still a second time. If we take that white lightning, we put it in an oak barrel that's been burned, right? Especially if it's been used once a time, twice times, it's good.
Toasty.
If it's got alcohol in it, it sits right on fire. We burn it. It's good, right? What we create is charcoal. Charcoal takes the.
He'll keep shooting a gun.
Yeah, I heard that.
Trespassers.
That's our front gate, right? They're making sure nobody comes here, right? It takes all the nasty flavors out. Right? Charcoal is used as a filter. It's a natural filtration device. We use it for filtering water when it's nasty river water. We also use it for filtering our fish tanks. We do all kinds of stuff with charcoal. We can run it through it. What it imparts is some color. It also gives us flavors that are like caramel or vanilla, and sometimes fruit, right? once it's sat in a barrel for 6 months, a year, 2 years, 5 years, it's a whole different thing than the white lightning. That's nasty, right? That's pretty nice. You want to smell it?
Sure.
Yeah. Give it a smell. It's got some good flavors.
Yeah.
And you can take that, you can set it aside for a while. It'd be pretty good. Now, the problem, time plus barrels equals evaporation. And some of the alcohol will permeate through the wood, and that is called the angel's share. The angels get their portion. And we take that and we say, you're welcome, right? That's the portion we don't get. But what's left is better, right? It's been run through the wood, and it is.
Problem with time, though, is that I need my money for my corn.
Right,
So I can
right.
grow more corn.
This is cheap. This is fast. This will get you drunk.
We sell that to the
This
Chicago
is-
guys, and then they do whatever they do with
The
it.
city folk, they like this. They like the brown. Brown goes down. Oh, we love the brown. Brown
Yeah,
goes
but
down.
city guys buy that white stuff,
White.
and then they can make it brown.
Yeah, they like this.
Would you
They
guys
make
like
the investment, not
Right.
me.
This is this plus time in a barrel, right? In order to make it bourbon, we make it in an American white oak barrel that's burned one time and never been used again. If we want to make it whiskey, we don't care how many times it's been through a barrel, right? Some whiskey is made in oak barrels that are red oak or white oak or something else. We don't care. It's whiskey, right? Not bourbon. Whiskey is made in oak barrels. We take it in a barrel that's been made to use maybe wine or port,
Rum?
rum. We like that. It adds all those extra flavors in. You can create all kinds of things. This whiskey, it's good. It's been in an oak barrel. This whiskey, it's bad here. I took this one, I put a little bit of cinnamon in it, put a little bit of vanilla in it, put a little bit of sugar in it. It's a Christmas.
See, we're not just shiners.
That's
We're
fine
consumers.
stuff, right? I don't drink. What are you talking about? I don't drink.
Much.
Right, I don't drink more than my weight in alcohol every day.
Uh-huh.
That's good. The difference between this and this is time plus other things. You can get that cinnamon, you can get that vanilla, you can get all those flavors out of the oak barrel. They just take time. Unfortunately, when you put 20 gallons or 5 gallons, no matter how much, in a keg, the more time you take, the more evaporates out, the less you have. So you can adulterate and make it taste really good. Or you can take it based on the flavor of the barrels. It tastes really good if you get the right barrels. Or you can take it with a little bit of time. It tastes pretty good.
Make a cocktail.
Or you can take this and get drunk.
Shit.
That's about all you have.
Alright.
When we fill up all these bottles, we do our job. He does his job. He makes corn, and everybody is happy. Because the amount of money he's going to make for corn, if he gives it to me, I can turn it
And they pay me some rent
Magic.
for using my barn, too.
Right. And so here, you know, we're pretty near the city, right? So we've had to pay some money to the police so they don't look in here. But if we were way out of town, it wouldn't matter. We're not paying anybody. So moonshine, made by the moonshine, made by light of night, it's not so bad. If I'm in town and I'm making my own bathtub gin or any kind of whiskey I'm making, probably not as nice as something that's made and stored in a
gin
barrel, given some time.
And then gin is just fermenting something other than corn.
Right. So if it's rum, it's
Sugar cane.
right. If it's vodka, it's
Potatoes. I've heard of it even being made with cabbages.
Right, it can be made with anything.
Grape leaving or
Right.
wine leavings. And
if it's grappa,
grape seeds.
if it's whiskey,
Well, that's a different mash
Mostly.
mix, but mostly corn.
Right. If it's rye.
Sometimes they use oats even in things.
Right.
But rye is mostly rye.
Right. So different alcohols, different starting places.
We got some people here.
And you can do
Get
some
out there
things
and do
that are
some
different.
checking here.
All right. So we just saw how they make moonshine and all different stuff about alcohol and all that fun stuff. So as for someone who doesn't drink alcohol, it's still interesting. So very cool. We didn't see nothing. All right, moving on.
We go home.
Hold on.
Everybody's got here.
All right, we got a whole bunch of cars here. You like this one? Which car do you like, Liddy?
I like that one.
The second one?
Yeah, the first one.
The first one? Whoa, sorry. That was way too zooming in. Alright, so according to the map, that's the women's suffrage house. And then here at the Rockford Hospital, they are talking about prescribing alcohol. And over at the church, they have a little women's suffrage protest outside. Alright, so we are at like 2:15, so you got the Temperance meeting happening in the church. Then they're going to do a march to the Speakeasy, 13.
The doctors gave prescriptions for alcohol, yes. See, we're getting hot now.
They have all the
It's warm up there.
eye things for your eyes all in a case, you know, to
Of the first Rockford Memorial Hospital. It's not the real one. It was just built to be like it, so, or a replica. Let me look here. So it was between 1880 and 1890. And then over here you'll see 7 nurses. And as the hospital got going, they decided they need nurses, so they started a nursing school. And I believe those are the first 7 graduates of the nursing school. And then in the back is a pharmacy, so if you go in the back, you can see some old wheelchairs and the pharmacy. And
Haha. Old wheelchairs. Some apothecary.
let me tell you what is haunted though.
Is the wheel one haunted?
It could be.
No, it's not haunted.
Not haunted in the haunted. Only haunted houses. Yeah, it's an abandoned building. There's abandoned places. And the conjuring house. Don't forget about that. What the ceiling is. Oh my god.
Oh wow. Look at the gowns. There's crutches. Some chamber pots. This is where we put the babies. Is that where Wesley's going? All right, so we're heading back down.
There's going to be some raids. There's going to be
A march.
Union March, a suffrage march. There's a lot going on. Last year I got to talk about the Palmer raids, which is very interesting. I don't know if
Nice.
you know about those.
All right, so we got the women's suffrage meeting going on inside. Got a bunch of phonographs and stuff.
You just switch in between machines there.
Yeah. Varying things that they do.
this is a wall here. So we have to dance real slow like this.
So right now the temperance meeting's going on, and then the march to the speakeasy, and then the movie at 4:15. I don't know if my kids will sit through a temperance meeting. Alright, so they got a village store here. Little stand set up. You get your sock monkey or your Rockford Peaches hat. The sock company was a Rockford company that the socks were made from, with the red heels. And the Rockford Peaches. They have stuff in the museum about both of those, which is over here. It is open maybe till 4 o'clock, but we're just here for the 20s thing, so we won't go in there. I got a video, a little tour of the museum on my channel if you wanted to check that out. Good.
Ready to spot the heat?
Yeah.
Over on your side right there, those are the guns that gangsters and criminals would use, and then over here are the ones that the police would more use.
All right.
Good guys, you know. Yeah.
If you have any questions on a specific gun, let me know. I can pick it up so you can pull some up.
Okay. So these ones are Thompsons?
So, got the Thompson submachine guns, variety of pocket pistols, both semi-automatic and revolver.
They're like icons.
We've got long guns. We've got a 22 caliber, really more gallery target shooting rifle, but farmers can use that as a performance rifle.
Okay.
16 gauge shotgun, single shot shotgun, and then 12 gauge lever action shotgun. Which again, farmers or backwoods bootleggers knows the guns you've got.
Sure.
I have a kind of like criminal and gangster type weapons that we're going to use. They're marching again. Oh my god. Is Jordan the lead?
Yeah, they probably took the jail cell and they leave that corner.
Alright, so the Valentine's Day Massacre. Dino Bannon.
23 would have been like, what you can see it says, chief. Yeah. And then assistant chief.
Al Capone.
By the way, you're welcome to fit your kids in jail and take a photo.
Can I put them in the jail cell?
Yeah, I don't know if you're good about the house.
Folks Moran died in prison.
The chair.
Yeah, it'd be more photogenic.
We'll let you back out when the suffragettes are marching. Come on. Thank you. Thank you. You unfortunately have to be a socialist, which is...
Alright, it is so hard to like focus on like Rockford gangsters and stuff when I keep seeing like Al Capone and Bugs Moran and Dino Bannon and stuff. So, but it gets me, thinking about the Irish gangs and stuff instead of the Rockford gangsters, which they weren't a part of the outfit, and they were more of an independent running operation out here in Rockford, other than being Italian talking to each other every once in a while. They kind of worked independently, even though they were kind of close to each other. So, all right, let's see what's going on at the blacksmith shop. Hold on, bud. It is hard. It's so hard to navigate pushing a stroller. I'm going to try to film this as best I can.
Serve your cocktails out of. And you have various drink recipes, because only distribution and manufacturing of alcohol was illegal, but for you to drink it, it was not.
Alright.
And then if you were to go out in public, because it was still considered distribution if you carried it on yourself. So you might have yourself cane that was hollow. If it wasn't a cane, it might be on an umbrella. Now, if you were a lady, you might put your flask on your garter. The flasks of that time weren't like the flasks today. They were more of just a basic tin. They came in different sizes. If you had a big skirt, you could put a big guy. You had a big jacket, you could put a big guy in your back. Reading a good book, you might hollow it up, and you might put your flask in there.
Nice.
If you were going on vacation, you might hollow up your suitcase. If you were going to the opera, you might bring a pair of binoculars that had hollow flasks. So people were very inventive and ingenious during Prohibition with how they brought alcohol in public.
Nice.
You're the one supposed to be making the noise. Not very non-verbal guys. They cannot silence us. They will never silence. There was tomorrow. They saw some copper came at us. Copper came at you. I'm going.
Alright, let's go check out the general store. Enjoy cigars.
Oh, yeah.
But the sorting carry to order out of the Sears catalog. Feel free to flip through. This is a reproduction. Yeah, it's a reproduction. So this is a reproduction of the 1902 version.
Oh.
So it's not harmful to or anything.
Oh, no, I see it.
Yeah. Yeah, but all kinds of stuff are in there. You can buy furniture, you can buy carriages, clothing, guns.
Oh, no.
Or maybe
No. It's Monday for Texas, so they're going to have to order tomorrow about 6.
Yeah. Yeah.
Get your ribbons, your egg cards, and your post now.
Thank you. Enjoy the rest of your day.
Thank you. So what's interesting is they were saying that not only would you get all your stuff here in the mail, but also this was kind of like a place where...
Alright, so that was the general store. Now we're gonna check out what the Gazette office, the newspaper, is gonna tell us about the 1920s.
I'm putting a lot in there.
A couple of the signs for the day.
Shop. So here in the print shop to begin, we have a newspaper here. And this is from May 15th, 1861. This is the original paper. And so it's just 4 pages long, and even though it says daily on the front, it was just a weekly paper.
Okay.
And so the process of actually making something like this 1 page, every letter, every line, every space would have to be done by hand. And so 1 page would take about 8 to 12 hours to actually typeset. Now, to start the process of typesetting, you would use the composing stick that we have here, and you would measure out the width of the column that you'd like, and then you'd start to fill it in with type. Once you have the type that you want in here, you can then wrap it with string, and then you would move it onto a metal tray called a galley. And that galley, you could then move over to the proof press. And so the purpose of the proof press is just to make sure that you don't have any errors in what you have made in terms of spelling. You don't want any spelling errors. So I just rolled the ink off the top there with the brayer, and I'm now rolling it on to the type that we have. Now, the first piece of paper I'm going to put on is for the actual print itself. I'm going to put on a second piece of paper, and it's going to be called a tin pan. And this is just to make sure that I have nice, even pressure across the whole thing. It's not always necessary, but this paper is pretty thin, so I just want to make sure.
Okay.
So now, there's the print. So, once you've made sure that there's no typing errors in what you've just made, you can then move it into a metal frame like this, which is called a chase. These wood pieces are called furniture. These metal pieces without any letters or symbols on them are called quads. These wedges here are called coins, and you lock the coins in with a key, which just pushes them together and applies friction and pressure. And so now I don't have to worry about this falling about anywhere, and I can just move it where I'd like. This fits perfectly into this machine called the Perfected Powder Press. This is from around the 1880s, and the way that this works is you'd have your ink up here with the rollers, and then it would go across the type in the chase that we've got here, and then you would manually put the paper in. And so this, you would operate with the foot pedal that we have at the bottom. So this machine is great because it's fast, but the other issue is that it can be too fast, and so you don't want to get your hands stuck inside of it. There is actually someone online who I believe is with the museum from, I think, Sacramento. And I've seen him using this machine before, and when he uses it, he has a rhythm that he gets into, and sort of a pulse that he just slides into to use something like this. Because if you just keep driving it and keep going forward with it, you're going to risk getting stuck inside of it. So there's sort of an art to using a machine like this. But because of how small it is, you'd really only be using it for things maybe like advertisements and pamphlets. And for larger things like papers and posters, we've got something like the Washington press. This is from the 1820s, and it's very similar to the Gutenberg press. The difference is the Gutenberg press has a screw in the middle, so every time you want to make a print, you have to screw it down. Where this just has a lever. When it comes to applying the ink, you're not going to use a brayer with something like this. You're going to use these ink balls because these will more evenly distribute the ink across the type. And so you have the type that slides under. You pull the lever and you hold it for a bit, and then you could pull out your print. So that's much faster than having to screw it down every time like you would have to with the Gutenberg press. And so many of the things that we've got hanging up in and around here were all made on this Washington press that we have got. Now, this can print maybe several hundred copies in a day, but if you want several thousand, then you're going to want to use the rotary press that we've got right here. This is from around the 1860s. There'd be a steam engine outside of the shop that would be connected to the wheel in the corner. That wheel would drive the rest of the machine to get it going. This particular one would have sheets of paper on the top that would slide through, go across the wheel. There's a trough that would be filled with ink, and your type would be at the bottom. So it'd go through that and come out the back. It's pretty similar to the proof press, just on a larger scale and more automated. Now, there are variations of this machine that use rolls of paper, but those versions tend to be twice, if not 3 times the size of this one. So, like I said, you can now do several thousand copies of a paper that you couldn't do before, but it's still several thousand copies of the same weekly paper. You're not getting new information. And that didn't come until the invention of the linotype in the 1890s, which revolutionized typesetting. So there's a keyboard here at the bottom. You type into the keyboard, and that would emboss onto a molten lead strip whatever you had just typed out. So now you had a full line of type at a time. And this sped things up so dramatically that now you can have a daily paper and even a morning and afternoon paper if you wanted to. And these machines were so efficient that they were even used in the United States in some newspapers up through the 1970s, and in other parts of the world for even longer. Now, these machines are great, but one issue is that when you're done with this, you put it back into the melting pot for the next day. I mean, that's great because it's reusable, but the bad part is it's molten lead. So when you're working in the print shop, you're breathing in the molten lead fumes all the time. And that led to a lot of printers unions being some of the first unions that would actually get established because of things like lead. I mean, a lot of the type that we have in here is made of lead, and then because of the hazardous nature of some of these machines. Now, before they had the line of type, and they still had to organize all of their type, which keep in mind, if you're on a computer nowadays, and you want a different size or a different font, you just click a few buttons. If you want to do that back then, you have to have a whole case just filled with type, just for a different size or different font. And so you can imagine that in a real print shop, you'd have rows upon rows of these cases. The original way of organizing it was they would have capitals on the top and minuscule letters on the bottom. And that is where we get the terminology of uppercase and lowercase. But they moved on from that and upgraded to the California case system. This wasn't the only system that they had at the time, but this is likely the most popular. Now you'll see that a lot of these letters are not in order, and that's on purpose. It's for the same reason we don't have our letters in order on our computers today, and it's for speed and efficiency. So your typesetter is going to want to have their most common letters here in the middle, and that's also why these are the largest compartments. So these most commonly used letters now are localized in one spot. He doesn't have to move his hands around as much. When it comes to actually bringing news into the print shop, you're going to get it a couple of ways. You're going to have a reporter that's going to go out and get the local news, the local information. But that still won't be enough to fill out a full 4-page paper, even for a week. So what they do is they pay a fee to the Associated Press, and then they could print any story that the Associated Press has. And that would come in through the telegraph and the telephone that we've got there in the corner. As the Associated Press grew, they went from doing national stories all the way up through international stories. Now when it comes to print shops and their relation to something like the 1920s, there's a couple different things that you can think about. In the 1920s, radio was a big deal. And you might think that it was in competition with print, but it really wasn't. Print was still the dominant format. I mean, if you think about it even today, we still have print going on, and we have so many other alternatives with things like the internet. So it still was not obsolete by any means in the 20s when it comes to print. And it wasn't just newspapers that you would print, and you want that stuff printed. You come to the print shop and they can print you that magazine or that article, that advertisement. And you can also think about it in a way with radio stars being a thing, and then with movies coming about and being more popular. That was sort of the birth of the modern celebrity as we know it today. And you would have that written about, likely in the newspapers and in magazines. And because there was so much information going out, because of the combination of radio and print, people wanted all this information, which led to the creation of things like Time Magazine and Reader's Digest. So now you have all this information condensed into one magazine that you could easily pick up. And so, those are some things to think about with print in the 1920s. Do you guys have any questions?
Alright, we are at the hotel. There's a nice car over here. I'm gonna film before I go inside. You can get your beer and a food truck over here. And the gazebo. This is gonna have a show later, but let's head inside the hotel. Nice and cold.
The meeting had already broken up. So they're taking a water break and then coming back to the march at 3:30. I stepped into
Well, if I was James, so yeah.
Alright, we got the kids some hot dogs. I got the doo-wop burger. And we got some root beers. At bingo. Alright. Put the kids in the shade. We'll head down here after we eat. I got a couple more things happening. So the water tower is 1923 to 24. So this is actually almost period accurate water tower. All right, missing the Women's March, the Temperance. Temperance League. If you watch Boardwalk Empire, you see a lot of the temperance movement. I might be saying stuff wrong, but don't hold it against me. Root beer. Doesn't have the bite like a Barks or anything. It's smooth, or like mug, but it's supposed to be like 1950s style root beer or something. So kids are very sacrilege here, you know. Hot dogs with ketchup. It's not very Chicago of them, but I like ketchup on hot dogs. All right, the doo-wop burger. Look at that thing. That thing's huge. Big old tomato, lettuce, 2 cheeseburger patties, almost like a Big Mac with that extra bun. Looks delicious. All right, so that was a good doo-wop burger. Did you like your hot dog?
It was really good. I love my hot dog.
It was a good hot dog?
I love it.
CJ wasn't a fan of the root beer.
Oh God, okay. Yeah, because the root beer tasted weird.
It's just creamy root beer.
Oh, creamy?
Creamy.
Yeah.
Smooth.
It's bad. I like it.
My doo-wop burger and had chili on it. Mix in there. Everything you would want on a burger. So it was awesome. Yeah?
I'm eating mouthful.
All right, so we are waiting for the raid on the Chamberlain Hotel. I think it said it was at 3:45. We got another march going on here from the Temperance League. So let's watch that.
And we wonder where the freaking food is coming from. And there's an old lady standing over there. A 9-year-old woman. Now, why are you standing on the porch with all those drunk people, 9-year-old woman? One of them. Oh, you're one of them. She doesn't want to be a washed-up gas bag like you. Ran away from me now.
Oh, what a surprise! He's here in the back of the right. Oh, she's talking crap.
Are you going to stand there and where'd he go? No. He's trying to get up here. He's going to stand there and let you talk to me like that? I'm under a very good cause here. You're heathen alcohol drinkers. You're wrecking our town and taking away our husbands and starving our children.
Hey, lady, you pay taxes?
How dare you go in there?
Joey, come out here. Joey, come out. Stand by your woman. Joey, now you can check on it. Joey, come on out. Joey, be a man. Do the right thing. Joey, where is Joey?
You need to leave this town. We don't want your alcohol and your food thing and all that crazy stuff going on here.
The only thing you're accomplishing is backing up traffic.
We only live here about like 2 times a year.
In the gazebo. Right there,
We only live here 2 times a year, but when we live here, it's our town. You drunk people cannot be here.
Go home. Bring your liquor back.
Go home. Everybody, go home, boozies. 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 That's who you are. What are you doing?
Make me a beer.
Get over here, Frank.
Nobody started a great conversation, and I had a salad
Rumor has it the law will be on our side. They will be here. They will be here.
We'll see who gets arrested then.
So we are going to be here.
Praise the Lord. No more food.
And I have no idea what time this great thing is going to happen, but it's coming. You better watch it because it's coming. Go home. Get out of our town. Give us back our hotel. Give us back our husband. Give us back all the things we need. We don't need you here. We are John.
Get him! Get him!
The only way you guys are doing that is because you're influenced by these gangster alcohol people.
Whoa!
You're gonna go to the gangster, you're gonna rob people, you're gonna shoot guys, shoot people, you're gonna take bottles away from babies, you're gonna do that? Where were you? School. I'm a prohibition. School. No way, man. School is right now. Help people get jobs and get people in work. Cause possibly even to go into the depression. But who cares? I'm acting on emotion. Alcohol is bad. 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 Alcohol is good. Listen to that. The country's sick.
comes the police.
We beat you, Kaiser, and we can beat you. It's 1924. You can't tell us how to beat.
Now, you want to run here, Ryan.
I don't want bloodshed today.
I survived the trenches. You ain't gonna get me.
I'm your comrade in arms.
You don't want bloodshed? Leave. Wrong side, good versus evil. I have the high ground. Don't forget that.
Where's your savior? Keep it up.
Leave.
We got you. Nobody can save you.
Guys, don't do this. You gotta blow everything. Don't do it.
I don't want blood today. You and I both saw plenty of blood in the trenches. I don't want blood today. Put the pistols down.
You are done.
Peacefully.
We have a moral obligation to fight any laws which are unjust to any group of people. And this is an unjust law.
Set the guns down. I don't want bloodshed.
No more beer.
Ain't gonna happen.
No more beer.
No more beer! 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 No more beer!
You're gonna have to be the bad guy and pull the trigger first. And that's gonna be on you.
No more beer!
Put the guns down.
You'll have to pull the trigger first.
Last warning.
You'll be as bad as the Germans. Come back in there. You're gonna spill it. Nobody's got today. Thank you.
This establishment is closed. It's in violation of the Volstead Act. You need to disperse peacefully. If you do so, I will not be coming after you.
In other words, get the hell out.
You'll have to pull that trigger first.
Don't make me do that. Don't do it.
You're gonna have to pull it first. In front of all these people, you're gonna be the one to have to draw blood.
Right now, as I see it, you've got more. I've got more. Put him down. Walk away.
If you can do this in front of all these people, then that's on your conscience. Stop it! Fucking stop!
Bring them
That's all I
down!
have.
Bring them down! Bring them down!
That's all you have.
All I have is take this and go.
That's all you have?
That's all I have.
A
Just that
building
was
this
great.
size only has one crate?
That's all I have.
I find that extremely hard to believe. You know what? If that's all you have, that's all you have. You're going to help me dump it out.
All right. I'm going to dump it out.
Let him go. Don't have anything on them. Let him go.
If you're going to shoot women, that's on you.
Guys, come on. Corey, you want to let your hand on that.
That was fun.
Alcohol's gone. You have no reason to be here. Leave.
She is turning over in her grave. She died of the Spanish flu, you...
All right, all of you. Back inside or disperse. I don't care. I don't want to see your faces here again. Help me take this down to evidence, boys.
Get out of here!
All right, go back to your family. Show's over.
Oh, that'd be funny. Yeah, we could take them over. Wait a minute, what is this? Oh! Hey, wait!
That's not water, that's alcohol. Boys, confiscate the buggy.
They lied to us. Their morals are warped. No more. It was fun. High and mighty, yep. Well, we see you. We see you. Oh, yes, it's made to us. Have fun with it.
All right, that was the raid on the Chamberlain with the temperance league and the police. Looks like the parade is going back. All right, so that was the 3:45 liquor raid. And we got a silent movie coming up. Got some music going on. And then at 5:30, the liquor raid on the distillery. And then there's another raid on the Chamberlain again. I'm guessing that one ends with a little more pew-pews happening here. I don't know if we're gonna stick around that late. That'll get late. I gotta keep these kids entertained.
World, the one big union aiming to organize all workers under one roof. The Palmer raids and the first Red Scare, sort of the response to a lot of more radical labor organizing and the paranoia surrounding the Russian Revolution in 1917. Attorney General Palmer and J. Edgar Hoover decide to round up the Reds in these extrajudicial raids that wound up becoming a national scandal. They round up about 10,000 immigrants, but only end up deporting about 500. The rest of them, they don't find any evidence for deportation. And even the evidence for deportation for the ones they do deport is flimsy. Also talking about the Cold Wars in the 1900s in general, the early 1900s, and in 1921, they sort of reach a fever pitch in West Virginia with the Battle of Blair Mountain. 10,000 coal miners calling themselves the Redneck Army with red bandanas around their necks march on Blair Mountain after the assassination of a pro-union sheriff by the name of Sid Hatfield, and years of violent suppression by the private security hired by the coal companies. Eventually, this battle has to be broken up by the U.S. Army. Feel free to take a look around, ask any questions that you might want to.
In. Let's play what animal do you want instinct? You after someone says, what animal do you want instinct? That's Jay. What do you think? We're mammals. We're mammals.
Alright, last time we were here, there was like a photo shoot happening over here by the mill.
This wasn't here.
This was here.
No, it wasn't.
We just didn't go to it because there was people taking photos over here.
We couldn't see it.
Yeah. So this is the iconic thing on the picture, so let's check out the mill. Look at that sun just baking on us. Oh, it's all running in there too. The mill's running, or the water wheel's going. Whoa, that's cool. So the water is giving you power to run your drill presses. And they said that this is, what did they say that was from, like buffaloes or bison or something? To make the belts. So cool. All right, we are upstairs now. Oh, it's so hot up here. It is hot up here. Oh, we got an old motor, little electric generator, probably. Main generator. All right, we can look out the windows at the pond. Let's see if we can not show the disgusting dots all over it. All right, let's go back towards the village. Might pop into the dollhouse. We'll see. Bunch of fish. You guys see the fish? So I had to get a boy and a girl sock monkey, or, you know, thems and hims, because pink isn't always a girl's color, right? So we got two. We got some chocolate, we got a drink. So hopefully we're refreshed enough to make it to the raid on the distillery. And maybe we're gonna see the old car parade through the village. Don't know if we're gonna make it to the second raid on the hotel, but it's gonna get late. It's over at 7 o'clock. On the map, it was showing about the Halloween event and the World War II event. I have a video of the World War II event from last year. So this is September 28th and 29th, which was really cool. And if you're gonna come here, that's when you come here. They also have the All Hallows Eve. It's 26, noon to 6 p.m. Our kids kind of blew through it really quick. I don't know. It was kind of cool, but the World War II is awesome. And there was also a World War I thing that happened closer to Christmas, and there was like a Victorian Christmas thing. I don't have those dates or if those are happening, but yeah, Midway Village in Rockford. It's cool just to come on your own, but you come when there's an event going on there. So much more fun. We got the membership at the World War II thing, and we've been back a couple times. It's well worth the money, and you get to cut through the lines and stuff. This was not as busy. This lot was barely filled up for the 1920s event, the Roaring 20s, but the World War II one, this whole lot back here was all full. So if you're coming to those, come early, because the tanks are battling in the fields in the back. Those aren't open, but then they have the encampments and the trenches, all those kind of things. Tanks driving around down through the village, and it's really cool. So if you guys want to watch those videos, hey, can't blame you. Not too many people have watched my old videos, but they're not bad. So go and watch them and leave a comment, like and subscribe. So all right, we're gonna head back towards, kids are looking at the koi and the fish in the pond, and we're gonna get back towards the doll houses. Liddy's acting like she's scared of doll houses, so let's go see how creepy this is. beautiful day. We are soaked.
Same.
Milo's like dead. He is tired. We are waiting for the raid on the distillery that we saw earlier in this video.
I'm so tired. I'm so tired. I can't take it. I'm too tired to move.
We're sitting on the back of the Pepper House, I think is what this one's called, where the
I'm so tired. I can't move.
where the Temperance women are inside. I did not go inside there yet. I am just too hot to go inside a house.
I want to sit. I want to sit down.
Exactly what we want.
Get off my property.
We want that still.
We have no still.
You have no still. Let me come in and look.
Nope. You're milking the cows.
Milking the cows? I don't see any cows in there.
Move the cow out. Somebody move the cow. You boys, move the cow. Move the cow. We got a cow. You have no business on our farm.
Why do they have a... Why do they
good
steal?
information. You've got a still in
Why
there.
doesn't want to move?
You know stills are illegal.
You don't have a still.
Why do you guys have... Why stay?
You go home. You have no business on our farm.
Not going home.
Nope.
Leave peacefully.
G-Man! Oh, hey, G-Man! That's all we got.
Did the police? Can the police see bullets? I'm surprised their mom wasn't awake from someone's in there, I bet. Someone's in there. I want to see if I can see a bullet. Dude, they're playing dead. Why are they playing dead? Go to jail, man. Go to jail.
Hold
run,
on.
Run.
No, 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 no.
Let him go. There's more in there. There's more. He's dead. There's more in there. That's okay.
That's not water. You said there was no still. What do you call this?
Nick McDonald.
We got your six.
See what happened the last guy?
Wait, do it again.
Here, do it on my phone too.
Okay. We do it right there. All right. 1, 2, 3. Do another one, ready?
I'm going to check if he's dead.
Battle over?
Make moonshine another day.
Yeah, let's do another day.
They might. Don't tell the police I'm still alive.
Please come back, he's still alive.
Oh, there's more.
Yeah, that's true. That's right.
You and I taking a walk. You gonna go with this?
Sure.
Just look, it didn't hurt at all. I'm good.
How much did that hurt?
You do have a hole right there, though.
No, they got shit right here. These are my workshop blue jeans.
How are they not looking?
All right, I'm going back. I'm gonna go make some moonshine for
Come blue. Just wait.
No trespassing. All right, zoom out, Chris, zoom out. Alright, so usually, well, when the World War II stuff is happening, you go back into this forest and stuff, and then they have little trenches and stuff dug out there. Alright, so I am recording this on my daughter's phone. It is hot. The crowd is very thinned out and stuff. I believe that the cars are supposed to be driving around here anytime now. A lot of old guys chilling, having some ice cream, sweating like crazy. My phone died. I don't know. It just wasn't really wanting to hold a charge. So I need to put it on like a low power mode or something like that. And I didn't bring any backup batteries or my GoPro or anything like that. So anywho, nice blue sky, beautiful day. I mean, you guys got to come out for this. This is crazy that the turnout is not so great, but it's hot. Kind of understandable, but it's really cool. I enjoy gangster history. I don't drink, don't smoke. I'm straight edge. So, but it's still interesting, you know, Prohibition and all that stuff. So I'm enjoying it. The shootout at the distillery was awesome. Kind of want to stay for the other shootout that'll happen. I guess it would. I'm guessing it's another shootout over at the hotel that they raided earlier. So it'd be cool. It ends at 7. I don't know, it's like an hour and something drive back home. I don't know if we're gonna do that, but if I could, I might make the kids stay for the end of it, just for the final hoorah, you know. Alright, looks like the Model T Club is heading over to the car, so the old car parade should be happening here real soon. Alright, we are here. It looks like we're about getting ready to raid the hotel. We got some flapper girls. Alright, let's go get a better spot for the raid. We made it all the way to 7:30. We were waiting for the cars to go by, but since the crowd's not huge, I think they're just taking their sweet time for the last drive-through. So. All right, the crowd.
And you're underage, and it's Prohibition. Young lady. You want to try to talk to your father? Your mother? That's what I heard. I heard you admit to having alcohol. During Prohibition. She's very smart. I'm not sure what you said, but that's what I heard.
I'm not drinking alcohol. It's nothing for you to see. I don't know, Malia. But to some people, it's not normal.
Alright, minutes away from the final raid on the hotel. Cops are lining up down the street.
Because they're evading.
They got their guns out, ready for one more showdown before we call it a day here at Midway Village. Alright, so we didn't get to see the music. That's when we were charging our phone batteries and checking out the museum is when that stuff was going down. And then there was a Chaplin movie playing at the church also. Over at the far barn there's like an alcohol drink thing.
Is it illegal? No.
Can we get everybody out to the other side of the road? Get off my lawn.
flying gums again. Yeah, I said if you need me to plug you. Okay, mouth or nothing.
Help you, gentlemen. Just wondering why you need to be so heavily armed outside a hotel.
I suppose we could ask the same to you, unless you'd like one of our bellhops to check your luggage and all the ammunition that goes with it. Free of charge, of course, with a room. I'm assuming it's 2 to a bed.
Cute. Real cute. Hey, look, we don't want trouble. Recognize that hat?
That's right.
Bellowwood?
That's right, Bellowwood.
Good
Pontigny, huh? Occupation in 1919, right?
Right there, yep. I'm the 2nd Division.
That's right.
First Division. So good for you. What are you doing in our park? What I'm doing is I have reliable information. This establishment. You don't belong here. Selling liquor.
You don't belong here. So let me make something very clear here. All of us, or at least a select few, fought the Germans for the very right to be able to have a beer, or whatever right you decided it would be. And our friends died, and we gave up our lives for that. And now here you are, a former man of the military, enforcing laws that made criminals of innocent men and women before. And let's not forget, Corporal Stevens, that you are also the widower of the wood. This very man that you all support killed 8 Germans in January of 1919 in occupied Germany, in the area he was supposed to be helping with humanitarian relief, was dishonorably discharged, and over the last 5 years in this area of the Prohibition Division has killed over 200 Americans. Why would we ever let you tell us what to do? There's enough blood on your hands.
The law and the Constitution on my side. The law. That's why.
Is that what you told that German family?
They were Freikorps, you know.
Is that what you told their kids?
They were Freikorps, you know.
Before you put a bullet in that little girl's head? Because the military tribunal didn't seem to think so. I'm glad you've got a lucrative career here. But if there's going to be any blood spilled today, you're going to have to pull the trigger first. Because none of us here will.
Put that toy back.
What's it going to be, Corporal Stevens?
Put it back. Leave. We put out the liquor. You all go.
No, we will not. We will not leave. We will guard this to the max.
Don't resist that shotgun.
We will guard this to the max.
How many more notches on that rifle?
You lift that shotgun at least one more.
Where are you going?
Put him down.
This is who's enforcing your laws.
Put down your guns and disperse peacefully.
You're right, and a power-hungry man.
We will not.
Is that real?
it down. They're all dead.
Don't watch the bad stuff.
Put it down. Got 6 more with your name on it. Don't put it down.
Uh-oh. The car parade. They're like 20 minutes late.
It's not over yet. There's still more firing. What happened to the man who fell down?
Which one?
The guy who got shot 1,000 times and then died.
I think we can do it. Keeping out the moonshine.
I had to steal some. I'm thirsty.
Alright, so that'll do it for the Roaring 20s. 1920s at Midway Village. We're gonna head to the car, get in some air conditioning, and charge my phone. And we will have this video up pretty soon. So if you like this type of content, please like and subscribe and let us know what you guys think, man. Try to blow this place up. This is really fun. So kind of a shame that the attendance really started to run low at the end of it. So anyways, see you guys later.